Welcome back to SoFlo TV, y'all. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get right into this one. Y'all know Casanova, right? Alright, first of all, let me just say this. I hope these rappers just stop the bullshit. Just stop trying to encourage these youths in the wrong direction. Stop making them think that all this shit is cool. You see what's happening right now to YSL with Young Thug and Gunna. You see what happened before to all the others, YFN, Lucci, all the others. You live a certain way, you glorify it, you put it in your raps, you live it as in show it off in videos, even if those videos aren't real. These little kids start thinking that that's cool and that's who they aspire to be until they end up behind bars, until they end up having to cop a plea, until they end up looking at mad years, until they end up in a cell with a gorilla and they have no guns in there to help them out. Then you're no longer a shooter. You're just somebody's bitch. Until it all comes crashing down, until you're behind bars on suicide watch like Casanova is. Let's talk about this, man. So shout out to Rolling Stone magazine for this one. Now, in November of 2019, Casanova was a fast rising star, and the rapper, whose real name is Caswell Sr., he played a title-sponsored festival at the Barclays Center, and he energized the crowd. Rolling Stone said, in a way that only a hometown Brooklyn hero could have done. Sr. also seemed ready to tackle his demons. In his new album at the time, Behind These Scars was the name of his album, Casanova leaned into his vulnerability, departing from the unflinching style that had made him a rising star. He also confronted the criminal justice system in his body of work and advocacy. It's a track that was called Behind These Scars. He described being suicidal behind bars. I've been in the belly of the beast, thinking of suicide. I've been hearing my mother cry on the phone. Just why? Why again? And you can't explain it. This is what Rolling Stone said about in 2019. She don't understand. He told Rolling Stone in 2019 in an interview. She don't understand. I had to rob. That's me. That's my life story. That's a scar. He even spoke about prison reform at Howard University. Seniors fast ascend, rise to fame would not last. Understand when I say senior, I'm talking about Caswell, because that's his name, right? On December 1st of 2020, federal prosecutors revealed that Casanova was one of 18 people that were alleged to be untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang members, and they were indicted in a sprawling drug conspiracy case, quite similar to what Young Thug and Gunna is going through right now, quite similar to what YFN Lucci just went through or is still going through right now. The conspiracy ran from 2004 to 2020 in New York City and upstate, prosecutors said. Now, in a court document, prosecutors also claim that Casanova closely coordinated his artistic endeavors to benefit the gang, sharing some of his money with Gorilla Stone's founder, Dwight Reed, who is serving a 50-year-to-life prison sentence for a 2014 murder. On Wednesday, Casanova pled guilty in White Plains federal court to 2 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, and narcotics conspiracy. Some of these are the same charges, again, that are on the books right now for Young Thug and Gunna. Casanova, sporting a blue jail scrub and a pumpkin orange undershirt, waved to his family and blew them a kiss when he walked into the courtroom at about 11:25 a.m. The proceedings took a grim turn quickly, according to Rolling Stones, right? The proceedings took a grim turn quickly when Judge Philip M. Halpern started asking questions. These questions are characteristic of all guilty plea proceedings. Among them, this particular question: was Senior under the care of a doctor or a psychologist? And Casanova replied, "They put me on suicide watch a couple of days ago." That's what he said. "They put me on suicide watch just a couple of days ago, Judge." He described it as a holding cell where you wear a mock and stuff, that turtle suit. And he was not on any medications, he said. "Are you comfortable today?" the judge asked. He said, "Very comfortable, Your Honor." Very comfortable, really? Had he ever been hospitalized for mental health or substance abuse issues? The judge asked again. Casanova replied, "Yeah, in my teenage days, I attempted to kill myself a couple of times," explaining that he had previously been sent to Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan. "As a result of those hospitalizations, did you receive treatment?" the judge asked. He told the judge, "Yes, I did." "Is your mind clear today, Mr. Senior?" He said, "Yes, Your Honor." Senior said, or Casanova said, that he was pleading guilty voluntarily and that nobody was forcing him to cop to these crimes. Casanova knew that there wasn't any guarantee that pleading would lessen his sentence behind bars. Halpern then asked the prosecutors what evidence they had that proved that Casanova was guilty. Assistant U.S. Attorney David Felton said that there was social media evidence, including a post on Senior's or Casanova's Instagram showing him standing next to a large quantity of marijuana. Direct messages and intercepted communication also showed his membership in the Gorilla Stone. In a recorded phone call from a New York State prison, one Gorilla Stone member told another one that Senior or Casanova always carries a gun. One gang member said on a phone call that they were worried about Casanova's behavior because it could potentially tarnish his rap career. He out of control. He out of control as a gang member, and it could mess up his rap career. See, the rap career is where the money is at, and we're hoping to reside where the money is at. But the way he going, he about to fuck it up. Felton claimed some incidents in this conspiracy took place in Florida as well. One corporator, which is one of Casanova's homies, who switched on him and started working with the feds. One corporator told the feds that Casanova accidentally fired a gun at a poker game. A witness told authorities that they saw Casanova receive shipments of large quantities of marijuana. Another homie that flipped on him. "Yes, Your Honor, I was there. I saw it. I saw it. 100 pounds of marijuana came in. He collected it." Senior also fired a gun during a gambling dispute. The same person told the judge, "We was at a gambling shit. We gambling, right? And he took out the gun. I mean, you know what I mean? And he wild like that. And he fired it." Did he fire it at somebody? Did he shoot somebody when he fired it? Gorilla Stone members said they saw him and his rap career as a way to make money and to increase their status among other blood sects. If you pay attention to what's going on, a lot of people are saying that the Bloods are heavy in the rap industry. Now, you know, from the days of Lil Wayne and Cash Money, we saw them rep for the Bloods like really hard. I think they were the first group or set that really repped really hard for the Bloods, and then it seemed like a blood explosion because everybody wanted to be the Bloods, because if it's cool in rap, then it's cool to live it, right? All right. Out of that, you have new generation. So you have YFN Lucci with his YFN set, which is said to be Bloods. And of course, YFN Lucci was associated with Lil Wayne. He even dated Lil Wayne's daughter, right? And then you have Thugger, Young Thug, and Gunna with his YSL set. And the YSL set is now said to be a Blood set that is actually pretending to do music, but they're really into criminal activities. Like for real, to include murder, extortion, intimidation of witnesses, distribution, sales of narcotics, and all that. When it came time to formally confess, Casanova admitted that he plotted with others in the Gorilla Stone to commit crimes such. Now listen, when it came time to confess, he confessed. And this is what he confessed to. Never mind that other members ratted him out. And he released a statement saying that he had to cop a plea. He didn't have no choice. That's funny because I was listening to, I don't know who or what rapper said this, but I heard the song a couple of days ago. And the song said, if you ever make me have to go cop a plea, just know that I promise I'm going to kill you. Everything I love. When I get out, I'm going to kill you. All right. Now, Casanova released a similar message. He said he had to cop a plea because they switched on him. When it came time to formally confess, Casanova admitted that he plotted with others in the Gorilla Stone to commit crimes, such as agreeing to possess and to sell 100 kilos of marijuana. He also admitted to a robbery at a diner in 2018. He told the judge that he was in the restaurant with other men when a woman started to record a video of him with his phone. She refused to stop recording, and he took her phone. That turned into a robbery. Halpern asked Halpern asked Casanova follow-up questions that shed more light on his involvement in the Gorilla Stone. He clarified that he was in the Gorilla Stone starting around 2007, 2008. I got down with the set when we went to prison for robbery. He denied doing Gorilla Stone business in Florida though, spurring an oddly light exchange between him and the judge. You told me to be honest, and I'm just being honest, Your Honor. I'm not trying to trick you. So in other words, the judge isn't buying it. The judge said, if you're involved in everything else, then you're surely involved in the situation in Florida as well. And it was all about Gorilla Stone or blood business as well. I'm not trying to trick you, Your Honor. You told me to be honest, and I'm just being honest. The judge said, insisting that the questions weren't a test. He gave his account of the gambling-related shooting in July of 2020. He said, I was invited to a mansion party with my wife, right? And a couple of other friends. Shortly thereafter, it happened. It was not business. There was a gambling dispute over a game of dice. The judge asked him, so you won? He replied, I lost, Your Honor. And then he laughed after saying, I lost, Your Honor. I lost my money. I lost $2,000 and I paid a person. I paid him the money and I was supposed to pay the table and he basically pocketed the money. The gun was passed to him. Somebody passed the gun. So the judge asked him, did you fire it or not? He said, it was a tussle. Senior, which is Casanova, also elaborated on the diner incident. he was sitting in a diner. He said, I was sitting in a diner with a bunch of girls, right? When a woman started to record me, right? The judge interrupted and says, don't you have a wife at home? You know, like, what are you doing at a diner with a bunch of women at this time? Don't you have a wife at home? He kept talking. He said, well, you know, she was trying to post it. She was trying to post it. And then I reached out for the phone. A Gorilla Stone member who was with him choked the woman until she was unconscious. I didn't tell him to do that. I actually picked her up and gave her her phone back, like when she came back to consciousness. Mr. Senior, or Casanova, accepted responsibility for his conduct, which was possession with intent to sell marijuana and the robbery of a young lady in a diner who was filming him on her phone. You know, he out there with a bunch of thotties and he got wifey at home and he doesn't want some stranger posting this to social media. So he was telling her to stop filming and he reached out to grab the phone, and the homies that was with him grabbed Shorty by the neck and choked her till she was unconscious. But he told the judge, I picked her up off the floor, judge, and I gave her back the phone. I didn't tell him to do that to her. Yo, his lawyer said, Your Honor, we hope that our presentation to the court in advance of his sentencing will illuminate the facts and circumstances surrounding this case and present Mr. Senior, which is Casanova, for the person that he really is. Well, like 12 of his co-defendants, Caswell Sr., an accomplished recording artist and performer, now stands convicted for playing a leadership role in the Gorilla Stone gang, and particularly a violent blood gang that operates throughout New York City and across the country. A U.S. attorney named Damian Williams said in a statement, in addition to his supervisory role, Senior was that means he's a shot caller. In addition to his supervisory role, he was actually an active, hands-on participant in the gang's senseless violence, including a shooting in Miami and contributing to a robbery in a Manhattan diner. Now, with Senior's guilty plea, prosecutors will recommend a sentencing range between 15 and 20 years in prison, with a mandatory minimum of at least 5. However, Senior could face far more times behind bars. Judge, in the federal court system, they don't normally have to follow the sentencing recommendations in plea deals under the law. Senior technically faces a maximum sentence of 60 years in prison. Casanova will be sentenced on December 6th. God damn. You know, we're in May. Today is May 15th. When you got to sit all the way till December, you're just lingering all the way to May. You got June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And in his world, he got to watch all the hot shit happen for the summer. Who's going to blow up this summer? Who's doing the big shows? Who's hot? Whose record dropped? Whose album went #1? All this. And he's going to be missing out on all the festivities. I know that Casanova got close to Jay-Z. I don't know if he signed with him. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak on what I don't know. But I know he got close. Let's see how that helps him as well. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.